guys, welcome to Bible Breakdown. We're doing Psalms chapter 2. Sorry y'all, this week's been a little inconsistent. I promise you, Monday we're back on a regular schedule. But okay, so this psalm was titled Coronation of the King, and coronation means the ceremony of crowning a sovereign. So this chapter starts out with a rhetorical question saying, why do the nations rage and the people plot in vain? So I wrote that it starts out by showing the amazement on how people are coming together with evil intent on their minds because they want to rebel against the Lord. And the evil intent is in verse 2 and 3 when it says, the rulers conspire together against the Lord and his anointed one. They say, let's tear off their chains and throw their ropes off of us. So they're basically just trying to bind against the Lord and trying to do their own thing. So in response to that, the Lord just laughs. So in verse 4, it says, the one enthroned in heaven laughs and the Lord ridicules them. And then he kind of reminds them that the Messiah will be king and he is also the Son of God. So in verse 6, it says, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. And then verse 7, I will declare the Lord's decree. He said to me, you are my son. Today I have become your father. And in my Bible, it references the references to Christ. And it says, Psalm chapter 2, verse 7 is the reference of the Messiah being God's son. And then the fulfillment, it also has the fulfillment chapter. The fulfillment is Hebrews 1, verses 5 and 6. Hebrews chapter 1, verses 5 and 6 say, for to which of the angels did he ever say, you are my son, today I have become your father? Or again, I will be his father, and he will be my son. Again, when he brings his firstborn in the world, he said, and let all God's angels worship him. That's a little out of context, but I just wanted to read it because they referenced it. Then it continues, and it basically shows the inheritance that God gives to his son. The inheritance mentioned is in verse 8, and he says that he makes the nations his inheritance, and the ends of the earth will be in his possession. And his responsibility with the nations is to basically break down the ones that are rebellious and goes against God. So verses 10 to 12 is basically a warning towards the people that are going against God. And it's basically y'all need to act right so that God doesn't release his wrath on you. In verse 12, it says, pay homage to the Son, or he will be angry and you will perish in your rebellion. For his anger may ignite at any moment. All who take refuge in him are happy. So I feel like that's basically saying it's really not worth going against the Son because it'll just end in destruction. And if you just, respect the Lord your God, you'll be happy. And that is the end of chapter 2. That's all I have for y'all. I love y'all. God loves y'all more. I'll see you guys Monday.